Hello and welcome to the Legendary Chiropractor Podcast. I'm your host, Johnny Reuter, and this podcast is brought to you by thelegendarychiropractor.com, an interactive and immersive virtual platform for prospective chiropractic students, current chiropractic students, recent chiropractic school graduates, and even veteran doctors of chiropractic out in the field wanting just a little bit more from this profession. I hope that you enjoyed today's episode, and if you do, be sure to share with a friend, leave us a rate, leave us a review, and also be sure to subscribe to get more. Dr. Brad Glowacki runs one of the highest volume, highest profile, highest profitability practices in the world, and it's all run with vitalistic communication procedures. Those procedures from his office are then shared with other chiropractors at his various trainings as a part of Level Up mentoring. This information is created, developed, tested, and then packaged simplistically before being taught. With bruises and scars from making mistakes, Dr. Glow always delivers refined content that is battle-tested and simplified for use on Monday. To level up your life and practice, head over to levelupmentoring.rocks. That's levelupmentoring.rocks. KyroHD, superior cloud-based practice management software. KyroHD is a user-friendly, all-in-one EHR solution built with one mission: to help you run your practice like a boss. Learn more at KyroHD.com. Total Clinic Solutions is your go-to source for purchasing both brand new and refurbished chiropractic equipment, as well as phone support for repairs and maintenance. Call Derek and allow him to combine your wishes and his 23 years of chiropractic equipment expertise to find what's best for you and your patients at 704-622-4089 or head to totalclinicsolutions.com now. Thank you for allowing this brief disruption to take place. And now back to the program. Hey, what is going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Legendary Chiropractor Podcast. I am, of course, your host, Johnny Reuter, and today we are talking all about resources for finding chiropractic jobs and relevant information really for you in regards to associateships, buying a practice, doing coverage work. I mean, you name it, we have the resources for you. We just got to tell you how to find them, right? The hardest part about finding a chiropractic job is really putting yourself out there. We have a couple bullet points that are listed in this post after you're done watching this video. Go read them. Make sure that you understand exactly where I'm coming from, exactly kind of what's going on in regards to finding a chiropractic job, doing an associateship versus opening up your own practice right away, and kind of what that looks like and what it can look like for you and for the future. I am currently in the middle of my associateship. I have absolutely loved my experience, but I've also learned a ton in regards to how to run a successful and sustainable practice. That's my goal. My goal going into an associateship was I always knew coming out of chiropractic school that I would either open up or I would do an associateship. I found that doing an associateship for a short amount of time, for a short-term contract, right, 12 to 18 months, was the best way to go about doing that. I am doing it through Dr. Brad Glowacki's Level Up program. You can do it through, he's the only one that really offers something like this. So it's 12 to 18 months or 18 to 24 months. And they call it a catch and release program. The catch and release meaning that you come in, you learn the business systems and procedures, and then you exit and have an exit strategy in mind and on your contract, so that you're not held to long-term solutions. But if you choose to renegotiate, it's always an option, right? But the goal is to get yourself opened up afterwards. The goal is to get your own practice after doing a catch and release program. And that's exactly what Glow has put together. And that's why it's super exciting for me to be sponsored by Dr. Glowacki and Level Up. But this podcast is also sponsored by them. And it's important for you to understand that because we bring you the best, most relevant content and resources out there, no matter that be sponsors, no matter that be production of our own stuff. But it's important to understand that because it's really hard in today's day and age, especially in the chiropractic profession, to find relevant resources to chiropractic students, current and prospective chiropractic students, plus recent graduates, right? It kind of, there's a divide, right? Where it's like, oh yay, we're going to pour into the students. And then it's like, oh yay, we're going to pour into the doctors. And the recent graduates, yeah, you're doctors, we are doctors. But at the same time, it's like that's a whole population that is being super underserved. And that's what we're here for the Legendary Chiropractor to change. And to take care of our students and our recent grads, because we are the future of this chiropractic profession. And if we don't take care of ourselves, and we don't provide for those coming down the pipeline, man, this profession's in big trouble. So without further ado, let's talk about resources for chiropractic jobs. Where do you go to find resources for chiropractic jobs, and how do you find chiropractic jobs? We talked about this on our last podcast. The last podcast, we talked all about going to thelegendarychiropractor.com, searching our job board that we have. We have a huge project that we're working on right now that will be released come 2021. But we got a lot of work to do yet before we get there. We got Q4 here to kind of finish up that big project and then get it into beta testing. So right now we're doing what we call alpha testing. And alpha testing is really, you do development and then you do alpha testing, meaning you get people on the website, on the platform, doing certain things to really test for bug fixes or customization issues. Or SKED is the all-in-one system that allows for amazing control and flexibility of your scheduling. Yes, your next new hire. Every aspect of when and where you service your customers is at your command. SKED is tightly integrated with your existing EHR system. This software was made by a chiropractor specifically for chiropractic. No joke. Go check out their latest care plan feature by heading to go.sked.life/legendarypod. Easily share your passion for chiropractic and look good doing it with Above Down Apparel, offering a premium lineup of principled apparel that's impossibly soft, sustainably sourced, and chiropractic AF. Visit abovedown.co and follow them on Instagram to learn more and score yourself some sweet chiro swag. Every chiropractic clinic needs a compliance program. If you are not sure what that includes or why you need one, let Dr. Robin from RHDC Consulting help you build your chiropractic compliance. If you are ready to get started, head to robin-hale.mykajabi.com and let Dr. Robin guide you to the end result. Thank you for allowing this brief disruption to take place. And now back to the program. Issue, it's just not working right. And that's where we're at right now. So alpha testing takes a little bit of time. And then we'll roll out some beta testing and see kind of where we're going from there. But again, I'm not saying anything more. It's just a big project that we've been working on for quite some time, and I'm really excited for it to come live to you guys. But we got to get there. We got to make it happen, and it's important to do, okay? So without further ado, chiropractic resources, right? You can go to thelegendarychiropractor.com. Head to legendarychiro.com. It'll bring you to our website. Go to community boards, go to jobs, and view all jobs. There are tons of chiropractic jobs right now. There's tons all around the nation. We just had and filled one overseas in Ireland, which is absolutely incredible. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm excited for those two who met up, who are doing this whole thing now and are going to crush it, are going to absolutely crush it in Ireland together. And they're going to learn a lot together, and it's going to be really exciting. So I'm stoked for them. But yeah, we have chiropractic jobs all around the world. And especially all around the nation, especially if you go ahead to thelegendarychiropractor.com now. The other resource that we have is you have chiropractic state associations. You also have chiropractic technique associations / technique websites, right? So if you go to like bgi.com or you go to, I know a lot of people like Tony Ebel are doing things with Pediatric Experience, and They're creating, and I know Dr. Glowacki's doing the same thing with Level Up. They're creating movements within the chiropractic profession where now we have groups of people, groups of chiropractors that have come together and are practicing the same kind of technique, the model, the systems, the procedures, right? And all of a sudden what we're able to do is we're really able to create a community of docs that you can refer to back and forth, right? But you're also able to create a community of people who constantly need associates. So what people do is they start taking their platforms and using them to say, hey, go ahead and post your jobs on here because you're paying for the coaching program, you're paying for the organization to be a part of this. And now I want you to share that you need an associate, because the more associates that come into that program, the more, not only the bigger that program gets, but also the better the doctors, that want peds or want a Level Up system in their office, that the more that message spreads, the bigger their organization gets and the more people doing their system come out of it, right? So that's really, really important to understand. And there's tons of great docs out there. There's tons of great groups out there. Just find one that you resonate with. Don't find one that you're not happy with. You can get out of it, right? If there's a contract for a certain amount of time, run the opposite way. That's not how things work anymore in the 21st century. That's not how we do things. Just figure out what works best for you, what resonates with you. We talk about the mind, the heart, and the gut. Follow those three signs, follow those three signals, and really go with that. So state associations as well as technique, right? And coaching groups. State associations oftentimes will have job boards associated with them, as well as your school has job boards as well. Most of these, the state association and the school job boards, are free, right? The problem here with free is that we don't value free, and there is no value on free. There could be value on the information you're providing. There could be value on the resources that you're providing, but the likelihood of people actually making a commitment to you, to your platform, to finding a job, to actually following through with response to emails and things like that when actually doctors reach out to potential hires or candidates, it gets messy with free platforms. The reason why is because people aren't invested into that platform. It's not a two-way street. It has to be a two-way street. It has to be. So if they're on there, right, it's gotta work that way. It has to be kind of a pay to post service. And then for candidates and recent grads, right, I'm not suggesting that we charge you to be a part of that job board or platform, but I am suggesting there's got to be some level of commitment on the candidate's part where they're able to respond, they're able to upload resumes and CVs and things like that. So that's kind of where my head's at with school boards and state association boards. Good to look at, good to be a part of, good to know about, but definitely not the best, right? Not the best place to go. And a lot of docs are just posting on there saying, come work for me, $38K a year. It's like, after taxes, you're walking away with like 20 grand. It's like, it's a joke. It's a nightmare. You don't want to be a part of it. Don't get involved with that stuff. It's ugly. It's gross. And they take advantage. That's how this cycle never gets broken, is when we support crappy job boards and we support crummy people posting on them. And then we get involved in their office and all of a sudden we're walking away with 20K in the year. And, we're blaming the chiropractic profession. That's a problem, right? I'm out to change that personally. I know Dr. Glowacki, Dr. Ryan Carlson are out to change that personally. So you gotta make it happen. You gotta start following the people that are invested in the future of chiropractic. The people that aren't invested in the future of chiropractic are the ones that are trying to take advantage of youth coming out of school. And that's not okay with me. And that's not okay with a lot of docs out there. Okay. The other thing, the last thing that I'll mention is
Dr. Stu Hoffman, founder and president of Secure Malpractice Insurance, is the foremost expert in both risk management and risk avoidance. Understanding the everyday challenges of today's practicing chiropractor and the current public perception of chiropractic has made KyroSecure the fastest growing malpractice insurance program of the last 28 years. Find out more at KyroSecure.com. Imaging Services' primary business is chiropractic solutions. With over 45 years in the industry of helping chiropractors, Michael Tokash offers free consultations on building your business. In the past year, Imaging Services has installed over 100 X-ray machines and digital X-ray systems in over 42 states across the United States. For more, head to theimagingservices.com.
Thank you for allowing this brief disruption to take place. And now back to the program.
Facebook a good place to find a job. Facebook is a great place to connect. I'm not going to sit here and say that Facebook isn't a great place to connect and find different people and variety. But Facebook is also free. With free comes devalue or undervalue, right? So can you use Facebook to connect with different people? Absolutely. I do it all the time, every single day of my life. But when it comes to actually posting a job and finding a candidate, or being a candidate and finding a job, right? If you post on Facebook groups and they're just like full of like 6,000 members or, a ton of different members, all of a sudden now you have a bunch of people that are going to try and take advantage of you that you have to wean out and weed through, right? And that is unfortunate because you might need a job in Detroit, Michigan, right? And you're like, oh, I'm looking for an associateship in Detroit, Michigan. I graduate in the spring, blah, blah, blah. I would love to come work for you. I do full spine, Thompson, Gonstead, activator, like whatever. That's my resume, right? Boom, right there. You post that in a Facebook group and all of a sudden you got like 16 docs that just came from like the shackles of Detroit, Michigan that need some help, right? And it's like, where did these people come from, right? And now all of a sudden you're going to have to filter through all this and you're going to get taken advantage of. And that's not what I want for you. So be very conscientious of that and be very cautious of that when posting on Facebook for a chiropractic job or as an employer for a hire, right? That's not what you want to do at all. So I gotta run. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day today, a powerful week this week. And I love you. I appreciate you. And if you need anything as it pertains to chiropractic jobs, student internships, you name it, anything, reach out to me. I'm always available. And if I don't get back to you in a couple hours, it's just because I was a little bit busy. I'll get back to you. I promise. Peace and love. I love you guys. Drop some comments below if you found value in this. Bye, guys.
Again, I'm your host, Johnny Reuter, and you're listening to the Legendary Chiropractor Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for engaging with us on all of our platforms, including, but not limited to, Facebook and Instagram, all at The Legendary Chiropractor. Be sure to check our home site out at thelegendarychiropractor.com, as we have much to offer for prospective chiropractic students, current chiropractic students, recent chiropractic school graduates, and even veteran doctors of chiropractic out in the field. And lastly, I'd like to thank not only you, our listener, but also our podcast sponsors. Without them, this show wouldn't be possible. So I encourage you to go check out their websites and what they have to offer in the show notes for this episode. Thanks again. Stay legendary, my friends.